Alright, the last video of the year, we have section 11.7, which works on our PAV 123. Now we already know that the perimeter ratio is A to B. Okay, so we're talking similar figures here. So the scale factor, just a side to a side, is the same as perimeter ratio, which is A to B. So then area ratio is A squared to B squared. So then the new one here is that our volume ratio would be A3 to B3, or A cubed to B cubed, okay? So that's what we're talking about P, A, B, and then we notice that we have 1, 2, and 3 for those exponents, okay? So let's try an example. So we've got these two 3D shapes here, and we are given their side measures, and we know that they are similar. So we match up two of the corresponding sides, so 32 and 24. Don't forget that our first step is always to simplify that fraction. So when we simplify this, we get 4/3. If that was our sides, that is actually our A to B. So our perimeter ratio would be 4 to 3. Remember, we can write that as a fraction or with colons, okay? But I'll probably write these all as fractions. So now, if we're getting to our area ratio, all I do is 4 squared and 3 squared, which is going to equal 16 over 9. So there would be our area ratio. Now, if I'm getting I'm getting volume, I have to use the perimeter one, because if this is A to B, I have to do 4 cubed over 3 cubed, which is 64 over 27. Okay, so once you know your A to B, you can get to area or you can get to volume. You can't go from area to volume though, okay? So, example 2 now, we see that it actually gave us volumes this time. So if we're starting with volumes, we put these in a fraction. Alright, and still, even though these are the volumes, our first step is going to be to simplify this. Remember, you can use your calculator, throw this in math, enter, and it simplifies to 512 over 27, okay? And since that came from volumes, we actually just found our volume ratio. Alright, so now this is our A3 to B3. The only way that we can get our area ratio is to first jump and go to our perimeter ratio, because the opposite of cubing something would be to cube root. So to get our perimeter ratio, we would cube root 512, and we would cube root 27. And when we do that, we get 8 and 3. So our perimeter ratio is 8 to 3. Then it makes it very easy to then go ahead and square those both to get our area ratio, which 8 squared is 64 and 3 squared is 9. So then we have all of our ratios, and we can use proportions to set up some example problems. There is some examples or problems on the back of this on the back of this note sheet, but we will use that as a worksheet when we get back into class. So just make sure the front of this is filled out, and enjoy your last video.